All right, moving on to lesson 121, Introduction to Probability. In today's lesson, we will investigate the chance or the probability of something happening or not happening. As we work through these activities, I need you to think about these questions. What is the probability of the event occurring? And how can we record that probability? We're going to start with, is it possible or impossible? So there are three different types of events that I want you to think about or consider right now. One is a set of events that you think are possible but not certain to happen, events that are certain to happen, and events that would be impossible to happen. I am going to start by jotting down some things that I believe would fit into these categories. For example, something that would be impossible to happen, and that would be rolling a number greater than 6 on a regular 6-sided number cube. So that's one idea that I have. Events that are certain to happen, sticking with my dice, I could say rolling a number between 1 and 6 on a regular 6-sided number cube. And if I stay with my dice example, I could say for possible but not certain to happen, rolling a number 2 on a regular 6-sided number cube. Another possibility for my world would be possible but not certain. Mrs. Mennes-Coon wears Birkenstock shoes. It might happen, but might not. Events that are certain to happen. Let's see. I'm going to go out on a limb here. Wednesday follows Tuesday on my calendar. Impossible to happen. My house hits an iceberg. Right, so those are just some examples that I am thinking of. We're going to take these events and we're going to try to complete the activity below. Now, I've already drawn the line segment way at the bottom. I have already labeled it impossible to the left, and certain is going to be over to the right. I'm going to also label impossible with a 0% and certain with 100%. Often we will talk about probability in terms of percentages. So at the impossible end, write the events that we decided could not happen. So impossible, I'm just going to write iceberg. because we've got that up here, and I've got that iceberg underlined, so I know what I'm referring to. And then I'm going to write hashtag bigger than 6. And then I'm also going to write a line underneath that in my impossible up there. Rolling events that are certain. All right. I'm going to put here rolling hashtag 1 to 6, and that's going to be underlined up there so you can see where I got that from. And then another one, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and so on. And that's Wednesday following the Tuesday idea. Now, rolling a number 2 on a regular 6-sided number cube, that's going to be kind of in the middle somewhere. And I'm going to think about that. And let's see, there's 6 numbers, and one of them's a 2. So I don't think that's really a 50-50 chance. I'm going to put the rolling a number 2 right about here. Rolling a 2. And that's from way at the top where it's rolling a number 2 on a 6-sided number cube. And then Mrs. Mennes-Coon wearing Birkenstock shoes, that's probably going to be a lot closer to 50% or a little bit above. So I'm going to put that right about here. Mrs. Mennes-Coon and Birkenstock. All right. Now, if you'd like to pause the video and add some of your own ideas here for the probability line segment, please go ahead and do that. And then when you're ready, we'll go on to part 2. All right, so now that we're kind of back together, I would like you to read through problem 1-51 and go ahead and let's see if you can figure out this problem by yourself. I will get you started by giving you some guidance as far as what I like to do as I'm reading this. I would read the first sentence. Mike wants to win a giant stuffed animal at the carnival. He decided to play the Go Fish game, which has 3 prizes: a giant stuffed animal, a smaller stuffed animal, and a plastic kazoo. A kazoo is kind of a weird device that you can kind of hum into, and it makes music. Some people don't consider it music. Some people think it's a pretty cool thing. I'll leave that for you to discover on your own. Then the next sentence is pretty important. The game is set up with a tank containing 1 green fish, 3 blue fish, and 6 yellow fish. So what I'd like you to do for the rest of this part of the video, I'd like you to go ahead and let's see if you can finish the rest of this problem. Make sure you read it carefully, and you can go into the ebook and use the student e-tool, and you can simulate doing this as an experiment. All right?